I'm a minute late. I'm never late. I'm so sorry. Well, happy Tuesday. We just needed a moment to get everything together. Of course, naturally, Betsy just returned. And if you haven't worked in a while, anytime you return from vacation, your computer forgot you and nothing works. So it almost happens every time. Can you hear me well?
Yes.
Okay, it doesn't feel very strong.
I want to see you. I'm Andrew.
I'll stand right here just for you. Okay? So I know we have a couple resident announcements, so we'll get started with those, and then we'll move into a couple updates. So I know Miss Rosa is geared to go, so we'll let her start since she's holding something very heavy.
Muriel Klopsis and I made this window picture. And we would like to raffle it off.
Oh, nice.
So next Tuesday we'll be ready for selling tickets. And we hope you support us. And the proceeds will go to the libraries, South Building and North Building.
Nice.
The drawing will be November 8th at the Arts Show and Sale. So thanks for listening.
Thanks, Miss Rosa. That's beautiful. Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. We'll bring the mic to you. I don't know if we need one.
Probably not, but that's just a segue into our book sale, which is Thursday. And we are funding the library too, also, because they need it. And We Care tries their best to do everything. It can only do so much, and it all depends on who buys cards or who will be in the raffle. So that's why we are going to charge $1 for paperbacks, $2 for soft covers, and books. The puzzles are reasonably priced. I think they're $2 for 500 to 750 pieces, and then what we have left over we will take to the main library. I'm not sure they take puzzles, and in that case, if they do not, we will give those to Goodwill or Salvation Army. So we are looking forward to you coming. We have a lot of good books that have been donated. And for gifts, for you, now, one thing we can't do though is return them to the library. When you buy them, you'll have to find another source, your friends, somebody to take them to. So we appreciate, and it will be from 8 to 4. We absolutely close at 4, but we'll be open at 8, and it's just in the South Building, Grand Lobby.
What day?
Thursday, the 19th. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. I know Miss Margaret has an announcement.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
RoRo is going to be having elections in November. The whole month of October, you can pick up an application at the front desk. If you have any questions about RoRo, what it does, what you might want to do, what you want to contribute to your community, give input, ask any of the RoRo board members any questions you might have. The officers and the members are listed on the glass case. In the north, it's across from the trip table, and the south, it's in the mailroom. Thank you.
Thank you. And
I'd like to stand up so people can see me if that's
Of
okay.
course. Please do. Good.
If I can.
Oh, let's get that.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for waiting on me there. First of all, do you realize all the stuff that's going on this Thursday? Oh my goodness. It turned out to be an extremely busy Regency Oaks day. And I just want very quickly to remind those of you who have any questions about the general election that's coming up, you know, the big election, and whether or not you're registered properly, or what the amendments have to say, or what the ballot's gonna look like, please plan to squeeze a piece of time on that day from 2:30 to 3:30 here in this room, the 19th. Leave the book sale for a moment and just come just for a minute and take a look at what we have to offer. I think you'll be very impressed. The people from the voter education group will be here once again to update us. So thank you for voting and for your interest. Now, why am I here? Why am I here? I moved to Regency Oaks like many of you did because I was looking to the future. And I was thinking, what am I going to do when I can't do it all for myself? And Regency Oaks was the best option that I saw, and I'd like to share with you why it was a good decision. You know, you just don't know what you're going to need until you need it. And I found myself going from what looked like a 3-day minor occurrence to a 3-week medical emergency. Bingo. I didn't see it coming, didn't know it was coming, and it did. Well, what would I have done had I been sitting alone in my house on a dark and stormy night? Out there trying to figure out all the things that needed to be figured out. I would have been alone. I thank every moment that I think about it, that I made the decision when I did to be here when I needed it. Now, what does continuing care mean to you? Maybe it doesn't mean the same thing it did to me, but it turned out it took a village to take care of everything I needed. I needed to take care of a cat. I did the poor little thing. I only thought I'd have to have somebody watching for 3 days. Instead, it turned in, like I said, to the better part of 3 weeks. Taking care of my apartment. Everything that has to do with, you know, if you don't watch something melts, something leaks. We have somebody in our places once a week, every week, who can spot something we might not spot. Transportation to doctor's offices, back and forth, and I'd like to really put a shout out to the management over at the health center who personally rolled me back over to my apartment on a day that transportation wasn't available to get me home. It took a village. It was incredible. And a rehab. Excuse me, I gotta catch my breath. I had a safe place to do the rehabilitation I needed to do because I wasn't safe to come home on my own. And it wasn't just the OT and the PT people that I'm talking about. It was really, in all those cases that I've described, the staff, the people who get their hands dirty, actually taking care of us in so many different ways. Everything from the dining room to the health center. They did. For me, it was a reduction in anxiety, a great source of peace of mind. So feel good about your decision. It may not feel perfect every day, but what is? Okay, and let me tell you something. When you're lying in bed over in the rehab center, nothing's gonna make you happy. You don't feel good, you don't want to be there. It's, have a little heart. Those people are there to help you, and they're doing their best, and they're good.
I know, Holly.
Well, somebody said something.
A cell phone.
It was a cell phone series.
Okay, now understand that donating to the gift fund, that's what I'm up here talking about.
I was about to put you in a marketing testimonial.
Why does it benefit you as a resident to donate to the gift fund? Well, I'll tell you why. These people have choices. They don't have to work here. Our salaries are competitive, but they're not extravagant. And the work we're asking many of these people to do It's not glamorous. But we couldn't be here without them, you know? And studies have shown that money, how much money you're making is important. But it's not why you stay somewhere. It's the satisfaction you gain from the job that you do that keeps you coming back to work day after day. Our gift fund makes Regency Oaks a better place to work for the employees who work here because we show them how much we appreciate them with a financial reward once a year. And we're coming up to that time. Our gift checks will actually be distributed this year on December 12th. Slightly prior to that, we'll count our money and write our checks. And how big those checks are depends entirely on us. So I ask you to consider now your donation. If you haven't donated at all, now's the time. If you have, think about digging a little deeper and give to the Employee Gift Fund this year. Thank you.
Thank you, Robin. We're gonna have you do an orientation testimonial and a marketing testimonial. You're the next orientation host. Thank you very much. Absolutely, thank you. Any other announcements before we go into a couple updates? Okay. So IHS, we're super excited about this, but Bubbly Bingo is back. So that means mimosas, money, and bingo. I don't know if there are 3 better things in this life. So that is Wednesday. Tomorrow it's going to be here in the town hall at 1 p.m. Please bring your personal bingo supplies, and they will have cocktails, snacks, and prizes. So again, this is going to be hosted by Christine and Maddie with our IHS team. And if you haven't spent time with them, they're a lot of fun already, especially probably after a couple mimosas. So y'all will have fun. Please do join, and we're super excited to have that back going. So just a little bit of update. So as we know, Evan is still out on Family Medical Leave Act, FMLA, with his new baby. I know he was here visiting to check in earlier this week, but we still are waiting on a tentative return date. Cindy Clark is going to be on vacation this week, so if you have any questions or concerns, please do reach out to Wanda at extension 335. We are finally fully staffed. Every section now has someone in place, so we're really happy about that. We rebounded quite quickly. And our recruiter does a great job of keeping our positions filled and filled quickly when we do have them open. This weekend we do have 2 housekeepers that are cross-training at the healthcare center. That was something really important that we wanted to do all across the community, is cross-training. I don't like everyone working in silos, not just health center, not just north, not just south, not just sales. So we're all getting together and doing a little bit more inclusion within the team. So like she said, it does take a village, and we all have to be working in tandem together, not in silos. So we'll be doing that a lot more often in our departments, cross-training. So, but then we send them to healthcare like Daniel, and we don't get them back. So we have to watch that. PRNs are now assisting those areas that are out on vacation, so you shouldn't see any major issues. We'll continue to keep servicing you with our PRN, which is basically as needed employees that we have on staff. From 2:30 to 3:30, Monday through Friday, the staff is completing their Relias. So again, that is something we are all required to do monthly. They are state and company requirements, so we have edged out some time for housekeeping to be able to get those done. So it gets so busy that those kind of go by the wayside, and they are required. So trying to do a little better with that. So holidays are almost here. We will start deep cleans. So now that we do have our full staff, Wanda is getting those scheduled for the holidays. So the first 10 apartments that call Wanda and schedule will get a 10% discount on those deep cleans. So don't run out of Tuesday Talk and call her, but do run out of Tuesday Talk at some point and call her, because you'll get your 10% off. Again, that's going to be at extension 335. Just a couple projects. They are scrubbing the pub floors. That was done Friday. deep cleaning the ceiling from the town hall, south grand lobby, and then all of the stairs in the south dining room. Building, thank you. So just another reminder about the trash. It continues to be an issue. Please remember that the trash chutes are for small bags. If you have larger bags or boxes, please take them down to the first floor. If you're able to, please leave them out the door and let us know. It's not appropriate to just leave those at the chutes. Please be respectful of our neighbors and our community, please. Little bit of updates for COVID. We do have 3 in the north. So we have 3 IL residents currently COVID positive in the north. So I want to make sure that we still continue to keep an eye on that. So this has come up a lot lately. We're experiencing lots and lots of scams as residents and as staff. We're getting a lot of phishing, PHISH, which are email scams, as well as a company. And we have lots of IT parameters in place, but they are still occurring. So we wanted to bring awareness. Scam emails are becoming more frequent than ever. Please check all your documents before clicking on them. If you're not familiar with the subject line or the company, don't open it. If it claims to be from a company you're familiar with, here are some red flags. You'll see grammar, oftentimes it's poor punctuation and capitalization. Anything requesting a payment or account locked information. Email address, if you are not wanting to click on anything, you can just simply hover over that email address and it will show you exactly who that's from. But we want to make sure there are lots and lots of them going on. This is actually an exact example from a resident here. They received it, you can see that picture, they were sent this, and the scam basically said, I know visiting 2701 Regency Oaks would be a more effective way to contact if you do not cooperate. It's important you pay attention, take a moment to breathe and analyze what we're telling you. Basically, they were threatening. They Google Earth the picture of our community and sent it to the resident, basically saying, I know where you live, give me your money. This has been reported to the police, and it was in fact a scam. So we just want to make sure that we are raising additional awareness about any scam requests that you should be watching out for. So again, if you receive any emails, any voicemails, links to documents, anything that looks odd, please don't open it, delete it immediately. If it is from a provider, simply call them. If it's from, Spectrum or somebody that you typically work with, give them a call, because if they're asking for any account information, any payment information, 9 times out of 10, it is a scam. So again, if you are asked to log into something, you have been locked out, log into, do not do that. Do not follow those attempts, because when you do, you let the cyber attack in by logging into your accounts. So that's been something that they've tried with our emails and our accounts as well. They have sent saying, you need to get into, Microsoft Word, please log in. And then we try to follow the rabbit hole, and ultimately all we've done is just let in that scam. So again, we want to make sure that we are communicating these. We've experiencing them as residents and staff, so we do want you to be diligent. And again, this was reported to the police. And I know Betsy mentioned about a year or so ago, we had someone come out and talk on scams, so we'll most likely work on that to get someone out here. They're also using AI, artificial intelligence. Phone call recordings are created using your voice. Scammers can create recordings that sound like you, your friends, or your family. They will call with an urgency to wire funds for release of the person or claim to have them in custody. Callers typically claim to be law enforcement. Most of the time, callers will not tell you to call the parties related. Most of the time, callers will tell you to not call the parties related. If you ever question that, simply hang up and call them. So if you have someone calling and saying, I have your grandson, I'm with the police department, we need $30,000 to let them out of custody, hang up, don't get alarmed, don't send money, try reaching out to your family or that particular person. that also happened about a year and a half ago to a resident here. And they were, in fact, a victim, and it was a very, very large amount of money. So please, again, don't be alerted and don't be fooled by these type of calls or emails. On channel 732, there is a video with more information on how to recognize these. So just a little bit of updates from plant ops. So 145 work orders were completed, 42 are still open. They did replace some fueling valves in all 4 cooling towers. We installed new signage for the fire extinguishers in all of the south corridors. We installed a new underground drainage for the gutters in the back of the south building. Souls Exterminator is our new pest control company, and they actually started last week. They are coming more frequently than our prior one, and so far we've been very pleased with their services. We did get the hydro massage and the beauty salon repaired, and we replaced the makeup motor and the fan in the healthcare center, and as I mentioned, the gutters in the town hall, next to town hall and Grand Lobby South were addressed. A little bit from the life safety project update. So there was an update to the system and the apartments do need to be mapped again. I know. We're just as excited as you are. Betsy's just as excited as you are. So we are starting tomorrow. It will be very quick. Most of the groundwork is already laid out. They just need to make a couple additional last minute tweaks. They need to install additional locators. So they do have to go into each apartment again. I know they're just as excited as you are. So we will begin tomorrow. We'll be getting out the Tuesday Talk update, obviously now. We'll be getting out the Tuesday Talk memo. We'll be sending a one call and getting all of that communication so everyone is aware. It should be quick and painless, and then we should be ready. So I know, I'm sorry about that. I was just as happy. So again, we're just continuing to use those pendants we have. We'll get those new ones programmed as we work through this process. So a little bit from Ginger as far as activities. So aside from all the various resident-led events going on, Regency Oaks also has numerous things on the calendar as well. So Tuesday, September, of course today, Fashions by Sarah, Jewelry and Accessories is 10 a.m. in South Lobby. Wednesday, September 18th is Great Decisions, 3 p.m. here in Town Hall. Thursday, September 19th is our used book and puzzle sale, 8 a.m. South Lobby. Thursday again, the 19th, Pinellas County Election Office, as Miss Robin mentioned, 2:30 in Town Hall. And Friday, September 20th is the Parkinson's Support Group at 2 p.m. South Private Dining. And Saturday, September 21st is the Vocal Cords Concert, 7:30 in Town Hall. So reminder that the Back on the Bandwagon Fitness Challenge is still going on with Barbara, so please do stop by and see her. As far as sales, so congratulations to Lucy Norland for achieving our Chairman's Club status, being honored for her dedication to each of our residents' secure future here at Regency Oaks. And if you will probably notice, we have had various visitors this morning. If you do see them, please say hello, but we are doing a taste and tour experience. And some of our ambassadors are there and not here helping us with that. So if you happen to see any of them, say hello and welcome them. But we're doing another sales event today, obviously hoping for new neighbors and residents. A little bit from Ricky and the team. So I know we did that wine tasting. We had gotten lots of feedback. Residents didn't like the new wine. What did we do with the wine? So we brought out the distributors to do some tasting so you can choose the wines that we serve. So we figured what better way to meet your needs than to let you pick what we're serving. So we did that, and Silvergate was the wine winner that the residents voted on. So we will be ordering that line and probably various types of wine, and that will be coming soon. So any feedback about the wine, it's all the resident committee's faults. I'm kidding. Just kidding. But we'll continue to work on those various things to address that feedback and make sure you are enjoying what we're serving. So gourmet will be Wednesday, September 25th. Our food and wine pairing is Thursday, the 19th. Beer club will be Tuesday. Tony's Italian night is Monday, September 30th. And then again, as a reminder, we've had some really, really great residents booking our Book and Vine. I cannot speak today. Book your Brick and Vine events for the holidays. My allergy meds are kicking in. So we've had quite a few events and residents that have booked in there. And so it's been a wonderful time. Actually, some of them are our new residents, and we've got them open for the holidays. So please do remember Brick and Vine, that Ricky will do a special hosted dinner, wine and cheese, whatever you'd like for you, your friends, or your family. Excuse me. So just for me, as I've mentioned a couple times, our focus continues to be on the 2025 budget. Every day is a new call, a new meeting, whether it's with the residents, the team, or the corporate team. So that's been what a majority of my time has been spent doing, and we're almost done. So our actual initial presentation or collaboration will be at Freedom Square, our sister community, this Friday. So Sherry and I will not be here this Friday. We will be doing our budget collaboration with our corporate team there. So that's usually close to the final, but it's the first time we sit down with all the regional team, food and beverage, plant operations, programming, and go over exactly what is needed to finalize the needs budget-wise for Regency Oaks. North Elevator, dun dun dun. The parts were shipped on the 10th. We are still asking where they're at. So they're clearly not here. So the elevator is still down. We have reached out to additional support from a corporate and VP level with the elevator company to get some additional follow-up. Shipped on the 10th and still not here. So it should be any time now. We don't anticipate a lot longer, but it is still longer than we were told. So we do apologize. We know it's a significant inconvenience. We're not any happier about it, and we are continuing to push and push and push to get this addressed. So as I mentioned, some communities are 11, 12, 14, 16 weeks for some of their elevators. That shouldn't be the case here, but definitely wasn't the 3-week time period we were told. So again, I do apologize. I'd like to always be transparent and honest with you from the beginning, and it's been longer than we were aware. But it should be any time. I'm being optimistic. So as I mentioned, the pendant project, they are going to be returning this week for that additional mapping. And I just wanted to clarify, I know around this time of year, once we start mentioning budget and CapEx, that residents start asking every week, what's the CapEx approvals, what's the CapEx approvals? We don't really get that part until the end of the year. As we mentioned, we take all of the priorities that the community needs, elevators, roofs, those type of really important aspects, items that the residents want to see, send that up to Health Peak. Health Peak looks over it from a portfolio aspect, 13 communities, what's pressing, what's priority, what can be done. And so that usually takes quite a while, and we do not get that information until about the end of the year, sometimes late January. So I just want to kind of manage your expectation on that. I won't have that information. I'm not just holding on to it. I didn't forget it. We don't typically get that until, I think last year it was January, almost February. So I don't mind if you ask me, but I'll just remind you that we won't get it anytime soon. So other than that, I know Darwin, we really appreciate the grounds committee. I know that they created a subcommittee to help us with our paving project. So that is going to be starting soon. I believe they have a meeting this week, and we will be starting that. So more information to come. We have not gotten the date or any of that yet, but we will be starting that in the last quarter of the year. And then just FYI, at the end of September, 9:30 to 10:11, I unfortunately have to attend a wedding in Grace. I'm so upset I was invited. So I will be gone for 2 weeks because Greece is far. And it's on Crete, the island of Crete, so I'm super excited. It's actually been a bucket list of mine to see Greece. So I was really happy I was invited. I might have invited myself, who knows, but I'm going. But I will be out, and we will still host Tuesday Talk. Thank you, Betsy. Just so we can make sure that you still have your updates and anything pertinent going on. So just an FYI, it's still about 2 weeks away, but just want to let you know if you don't see me, I don't think I was fired, I'm not pregnant, I'm just on a vacation. I've been asked that when I returned. It's funny, but it's true. Other than that, just a couple pictures from, that terrible place in St. Thomas. So as you can see, that's Jill Sorensen, our VP, myself, there's our lovely Lucy, Sherry Robinson is my boss, and then Kelly Jane Kronk, she is our regional sales director of all the regional sales directors. So again, we're there in St. Thomas with Lucy, just recognizing all her dedications, all her trips with residents to their doctor's appointments, all her weekend meetings. I know what she does. All her weekend meetings.
You know what I do?
I said, I know what Lucy does. We are recognizing you and all of your efforts to all of our residents. I said all of your escorts to doctor's appointments, all of your weekends, your late nights, your early mornings, and everything you do. Paris next year. So, and then that's actually Lucy and her lovely sister. I was trying to recruit her. She's an interior designer, but apparently she said I can't afford her. But we had a great time, and I just kind of wanted to share that with you. So it was a good time, and we really do appreciate. And then additional information, Gallup. So LCS is the nation's third largest senior living provider. And we were actually selected as the 2024 Gallup Exceptional Award Place honoree. LCS is one of only 60 companies that was selected to receive this Exceptional Workplace Award. So on the LCS recognition, Gallup noted, this award recognizes the most engaged workplace cultures in the world. After another year of disruption in the workplace, Gallup found that LCS continued to engage and develop its people in innovative ways. This year, LCS was recognized as a Top Workplace USA winner. The J.D. Power 2023 U.S. Senior Living Satisfaction Study also recognized Life Care Services as a 5th consecutive year as #1 in resident satisfaction among independent senior living communities and #1 in customer service among assisted living and memory cares. This award makes Life Care Services the most awarded senior living provider in the nation. So I was really happy to be able to share that information with you because we are, I've always been really proud to work for LCS. I've, went to 2 communities of ours now and just really proud of everything that we do. And then this was just a little bit of updates from HR. We had our fun cart and some employee morale boosting activities. So every month a department does a different fun cart and they get to pick the theme, they get to pick the prizes. And this was just one that our HR team did. So just another fun way that we like to show appreciation to our employees. So and other than that, that's the end of my updates. Hope I didn't give you too much. Any questions? Anything we want to go over?
Yes, I have a question about the red tape in the hallways in the north building. Is that permanent?
No, it's not. So that is part of the carpet restoration that should be started in October.
Actually, this is a request. I had a resident ask me to explain the mapping business. I could not adequately explain it to her. So could it be in the Tuesday Talk flyer? Thank you.
Clarify that for me.
She was asking about what the mappings were, I believe, right? The reason why we had to go into your apartments?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
it's, I'll explain it real quick, I guess. What it is this is how we can locate you. When you push your emergency pendant, we can find you. So it's got all these locators throughout the campus. so that when you push your emergency alert pendant, it will ping off one of those locators. But the reason they have to map the apartment is to figure one threshold from the next. So if you push your pendant in your apartment, we know that you're in your N apartment versus the one above you or next door to you. So it's just a quick walkthrough of the floor plan to distinguish your threshold from your neighbor's threshold. Does that make sense?
I think people don't know.
A way to pinpoint exactly where you're located.
Your words, locators, thresholds,
Yeah.
this kind of thing.
Okay.
This was
They're
not-
just locating devices pretty much.
It
So we
tells
can
us where
locate
you're
it.
at. If something happens to you in the town hall bathroom, it tells us you're there.
What are we supposed to do with hazardous waste? Is there a place to put it?
Hazardous waste such as,
Like lithium batteries.
so we do have a process for that, and I actually cannot recall where we put those,
You
Betsy.
can take them to maintenance, the maintenance office, or if you want to bring them down to the front desk, we can put them in our office to send over there. Any other kind of hazardous waste, like Sharps material, you can bring to the wellness center. We have a Sharps disposal container, medication, just kind of depends on what the hazardous waste is.
And pills the Wednesday.
The pharmacist is here on Wednesday to pick up any pill or medications too.
Any other questions?
Yep, I think Chris.
Oh, yes.
Oh, Cynthia.
Would it, hello,
Hello.
would it be possible for our, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. You're gonna laugh on the next one. Would it be possible for RO to purchase microphones that no matter whether you put it on your head or what, but you can hear the person? I mean, there have been several programs that, because you can't hear everyone, particularly when if it's a play, you can't hear one person.
So we are looking into, yes, we're looking into additional microphones. Yes, for CapEx planning, because we have to buy quite a few.
In relation with that, I know we have a hearing loop installed in the town hall, but it seems like it's not working. How do you tell if it's working or not?
We can, can you hear me?
I don't have a hearing aid.
Well, I don't have any reason to believe that it's not working, but we can always have our audiovisual company come out and check it. We use AV specialists, and they're the ones that installed everything.
Anyone have a hearing aid that can confirm? No.
With a T-cell.
That's a great idea. Does anybody in here have a hearing aid?
Everyone does.
Can you hear? Can you hear what she's saying?
Yeah, if we're made aware, I mean, we can most certainly have it checked out. Any other questions? Okay, well, have a happy Tuesday. Thank you for attending. I appreciate your